My name is Jayna Burch. I work with Dr. Ma on evaluating a forgotten resistance trait to cowpea curculio in southern peas. So what we did was we were trying to see if southern peas, which are a very common crop grown here in Georgia, if they have certain varieties have a resistance to the cowpea curculio, which is their main pest. So what we did was we did a seed increase initially to get all of these different varieties and gain more seed so that we could then plant in the farm. When we planted in the farm, the cowpea was not initially there. So whenever any type of cowpea is planted, there is a chance that the cowpea curculio will find it and it will start to decimate the seed, as we can see in here. So what it does is it will oviposit its larva through the pod wall, and the larva will eat through all of the good seed, making it unmarketable. So we can see here that there is a hole eaten through this seed as well as some frass around it, indicating that there was larva indeed. After they eat all the seed inside, they will then exit, where they will restart the reproductive cycle. So what we did was we harvested during 4 different dates. We got varying numbers of pods. So what we did was we took 5 different pods as a representative sample for each variety, each harvest date, and that was mainly it. So after that, what we did was we counted whether or not the pods had larva exit holes, how many of the pods had damaged seed, as well as how much of the seed was damaged. So for each of these different varieties, we can see that Green Pixie, CR17-134, and Better Grow Black Eye tend to have higher numbers across all different stats. So with the percentage of pods with larva exit holes, that's just telling how many pods did in fact have larva in it and had presence of exit holes. The percentage of pods with damaged seed was how many of the pods had damaged seed inside. And then finally, the percentage of seed damaged by larva. So this is where we can see the total damage was done and determine whether or not the varieties had a resistance. So we see that Better Grow Black Eye, Green Pixie, and CR17-134 had very high damage compared to the other varieties. CR17-113, Early Pink Eye, and Tender Cream had low damage across all stats. So we believe that there is a resistance in these varieties to the cowpea curculio. There were some limiting factors as far as not getting enough yield to do proper analysis on certain varieties. There were different harvest dates that just did not get harvested across all plots. So we're hoping that for further research, we could redo this trial and focus mainly on these 3 varieties.